In terms of economic transformation, how do we prepare ourselves for people that are resistant to change? It's a reality, it happens. You know, especially when a person that resists change has got something that you need, has got your land, has got the money, which is the medium of exchange, all these things. But I think as an incubator, what we've done is we've actually started acknowledging what we can do best. I think that's what we can do as people if you really want, transform and make sure that the next person transforms and sees that there is a need to transform. Be the best that you can be. So in our space, within our incubator, what we encourage is that people must just demonstrate and lead by example. So this platinum sponsor that I communicated about, we've been in pursuit of it for the past 3 years. There were agreements with platinum. And we said, but let's see who are platinum. And then we realized that the Asian markets, China, Japan, India, they were the most consumers of platinum. So we went on a mission to see what they are doing with the platinum. It took us a week and a half to visit the different areas and the most buyers of platinum. So with industry partners on board, those are the mines that actually sell the platinum. They know who are the major. They've mastered the art of auto catalyst in terms of using the metal in automotive cars, to be specific. They've mastered the art of using the metal in electronics. The same electronics that you buy and use in your own household has got those precious minerals that have been mined here. So what we need to do to prepare ourselves for the future in Industry 4.0 is to make sure that we research and come together and acknowledge what we've done right. What we've done right is to have an incubator in Northwest that beneficiates platinum. That's correct. You must be proud of it. You must own it. What we've done right is that we've got youth that can process platinum. That's correct. We must own that. We must be proud of that and support those people and learn more about it so that we can also get into the trade. The more of us that are there, the more we are really going to see change. That's how I honestly look at it. And just to share one more thing, in the trip to Asian markets, we met with the Platinum Guild International. Now, Platinum Guild International is an agency that has been set up to sell platinum in the world. If you understand, you get your chambers of businesses and you get different associations that regulate certain things. This Platinum Guild International is responsible for the platinum sales in America, in India, in Japan, in China. They've got headquarters on all these continents. So what happened is, when we met with Platinum Guilds, we asked, how is it that you are able to consume so much platinum, And they said it took them 40 years to build such a market with platinum. 40 years ago, they started teaching people about platinum. Now, it's part of their culture, it's embedded in their culture. And the platinum, they buy from South Africa. South Africa was number 2 not so long ago in platinum supply in the world. We are now number 1. In terms of number 1 compared to Russia. And over and above that, we still don't know how to beneficiate our platinum. So it opens room. Somebody asked what we're going to do about platinum beneficiation. We say, let's look at the framework. Let's look at skills development framework. Let's have a platinum qualification processing government. Let's have partners. Let's all want to play a role. Let's own the mineral. Even if it's not in our hands at the moment, you can't touch it, but it's on the land that you were born and raised on. Know what it does. Have an eager to work with it, or a willingness to work with it. I'm not sure what I haven't covered, but yes, in terms of partnerships, there is no community support that can work without partnerships. None. You need partnerships to run any initiatives that's going to look at a poor person and a rich person. A person that is educated and not so educated. You need industry players to come into that collective, and there is no incubator that can survive without partnerships. Thank you so much.
Very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Masike. No, Dr. Bomode also come in, make some comments, my brother. And as you're doing that, Dr. Lisedi, are you ready for some announcements and preparations for tomorrow? Please.
Thank you very much, Program Director. I'm going to be, I know that my presentation obviously was at strategic level in terms of planning and high-level issues that may not have probably resonated close to realities on the ground in terms of other issues. I'm going to be talking as an official of government, but just like the acting premier, also talk as a real South African with passion for his or her own country. Talking to some issues. Let me start off with, and I'll tackle some questions. There's a question on Fourth Industrial Revolution. There's a question by Professor Kudi there, Tabu Kudi, on creation of employment. We have not, within the South African context, we have not even exhausted opportunities and privileges that were there of the Third Industrial Revolution. We never even, at some point, by the time we got into the Third Industrial Revolution in 1969, we were still far behind in terms of Second Industrial Revolution. What really makes us think now that everything should fall flat and we rush into Fourth Industrial Revolution? What is this Fourth Industrial Revolution? Each revolution as it comes, it builds its capabilities on the platform of the previous revolution. And therefore, for us to excel, we really need to be au fait with the current revolutions that we are still in, which is revolution of computers and a number of issues. And we can obviously safely so, in our rural communities, our schools, we are still lagging far behind, even amongst ourselves. And therefore, as a South African, my advice is, let us take note of the Fourth Industrial Revolution and not necessarily put our energy, because our context is quite different from China, from other, obviously, highly advanced countries. We can still do with number of issues. And as we talk Fourth Industrial Revolution, we're speaking about it within a particular context of the economy. Some of the colleagues are talking about we obviously polluting the air. We are still struggling, and hence we're talking within the space of greening our economy. What are the green skills? Ocean economy. There are many other advantages. So in our discussions and our debates, we really need to go deeper and apply our mind very strategically so as we fully understand what is it that we are talking about. Otherwise, we're going to run with rhetoric and then we get lost on the way. So it's important, let's talk Fourth Industrial Revolution. I mean, just take an example, Dr. Kudi, going back to your question of employment. As we're visiting particularly Asian countries, we have never learned much from Asians up until now. Everything was coming from the West, Europe and America, and we were sold to the West. And in the meantime, Asia is actually doing something for itself. Most of our policies, driving our country, education, and in terms of HRV, come from Malaysia. And Malaysia learned from Japan and was supported by Japan. Remember, Japan was the second largest economy for a long period of time. It's a very tiny pieces of islands. Why are they so powerful? They do not have mineral resources like we do. What is it that they had? Even after the Second World War, nothing, except the people. Now, what do? They so much educated their people, focus on capacitating their people, sending them out to the West, to America, to have highly advanced, knowledgeable people, because those are the assets. Once you have, you will grow. Take our neighbor, Zimbabwe. Do they really have most of the minerals that they do sometimes? But look at the kind of capacity and knowledge that is coming out from Zimbabwe. They are all over in our institutions, in our industry, in our pharmacies on daily basis. Look at how they have performed. I mean, as I go out, I meet so many of the Zimbabweans outside of Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe survived because of those. I think we really need to, I'm challenging all of us to think differently as South Africans. So therefore, going back to Professor Kudi, the issue is, should it be employment first or capacity building first? The Asia model is the indigenous model, or rather, the indigenous model, which means say, capacitate your people, more of them, and then they'll end up driving the economy because they'll be knowledgeable of how to drive their enterprises, how to be innovative, how to be creative. And these are the things that we see coming out in many other countries. The exogenous model of depending on employment first, it does work, but we may wait for too long. Dr. Masike, you made mention of a number of issues and to say the politics. Now, if we were to get into the politics of skills development and capacity building, the issue is, if we are to learn from a lesson, what part of the learning did we only take and transfer to South Africa? Did we transfer the totality of their structure, their policy environment, their ethics and their culture? No, we didn't. The same applies. If we, right now, we can learn from China, but China operates on a different model of politics altogether. We are a democratic state. We all know what democracy means. It means include everybody, get everybody to have a say, and let's go forward. And we know that type of style takes very long time in decision making and going forward. Whereas other countries, they have a different model, either of say, this is how things shall be done, and this is how we will behave, and it happens. So as South Africa, let's look at ourselves and say, how can we turn this country around? And I believe we can, as much as Rwanda turned itself around, simply because of the leaders and the support that we provide for our leaders. Now, just moving to some of the questions, because I was simply giving a high level of some of the issues that have been raised. What are the opportunities for adults, particularly in rural areas, for learning opportunity? We have in the model of the CITAS and the NSF that really takes care of those needs. And the latest that we have done through the Department for Education and Training is community education colleges, which are located within our communities. Now, all of those models are there to assist in terms of addressing the plight of adult learners who are already entrepreneurs or they want to take forward their businesses. I'll not actually take long on those issues because of a number of questions that have been raised. And the issues of rurality, I made mention about rurality within the plans, the NSZP, that is the National Skills Development Plan. To say one of the principles